What's up, guys? Repeat back with you. It is Wednesday night. This week's flying by already. No, we got past the truck race last night. Again, pretty good job for the one and only Yotes King to get his first win here in NNR. And tonight it's the Xfinity's turn. They're going to take their chance around this very, very abrasive mile and a half. Atlanta Motor Speedway has lent itself to a lot of great racing, and tonight I got a pretty good guy up here in the booth with me as well. Rick James wasn't able to make it. He's lending his talents to one of the the semifinal XLCT race, whereas eSpark and OMA are getting ready to battle it out at Indianapolis, and then on Saturday night, it's going to be NAR versus OMA, and the winners from those races are going to battle it out for the championship, which we'll see pretty soon if I can get my words together. But like I said, so Rick James not able to make it. You guys have seen this guy. You guys have heard this guy. You guys have watched this guy. Boehner, buddy, thank you very much for stepping up, stepping in. You've been keeping these guys entertained out there in chat, keeping everybody in the know as to where the rest of the field was, where I couldn't be all places at all times. How are you, sir?
What's up, Pete? Hey, thanks for thanks for having me. Too generous of an intro there. Yeah, man, I've had a blast watching all the Xfinity races so far this season. Having been able to compete in the Xfinity Series, last year. I mean, it's just a fun series within NNR, and it looks to me that it's going to be an even more competitive. There's even more talent in this field, moving forward through the season, and it's been a blast kind of keeping up and trying to be the Bob Pockris of the chat there. Try to catch some things with my own, scrolling around that, you guys can't do as you're broadcasting and speaking to people. And it's been a lot of fun, man. And happy to be up in the booth with you, man. Looking forward to seeing what happens here at Atlanta.
Yeah, it's actually been just a little bit since the last time you were up here, and man, we always had a pretty good time whenever you were able to come around. Talking about coming around, you started off in the Xfinity Series last year. You got called up to Cup pretty quick after pretty productive time in the NNR's middle series. Atlanta Motor Speedway, very, very abrasive track. During the truck race last night, we saw quite a few guys get very, very close to popping tires. None of them were able to make it all the way on fuel with that big old worry. Last night, I followed, I want to say it was KG Swats, or Mountain, or I'm sorry, not Mountain, Mike. And he came across the start stripe with like 11%. I knew it was going to be very, very rough to make it all the way back, and he wasn't able to do so. He was able to do so, but by the time he came back around to make his entrance on the pit road, he came in with like 3%. That's how rough this track is, and how badly it treats tires. So fuel, yes. I don't think it's going to really be an issue. I think it's going to be more about tires. What have you felt in any kind of testing that you've done, kind of getting prepared for tomorrow night's race?
Yeah, it looks like tomorrow night's race is going to be a little different than Heat 4 with Atlanta. I think the tire wear is actually a little better because the gearing just seems to me to be a little bit off. For whatever reason, when they came to Heat 5, and the package is just slightly different. So, it seems like the tire wear in the Cup cars is going to be okay compared to last year. However, for the trucks and Xfinity cars, I think tire wear is still going to be a big, big deal. Pete, it's like you said, I got to see catch some of the truck race, and congrats to Yotes King. Pretty cool. He went from a tryout to victory lane in like 2 or 3 weeks. That's pretty cool. And I think we're going to see a lot of the same tonight, Pete. I think 40 lap stages. They're going to have to go 20 laps. I think the fuel says it can go 24. Everyone should be able to make it in one stop, stage 1 and 2, but it's going to be stage 3 where it's going to get a little tricky to see if some guys can scratch it 23, 24 laps, where some guys might be stuck at a 20-lap window. All going to depend on those presets and adjustments they put in.
Yeah. Now last night, Lucky and I we were talking about the right rear. Then we were talking about the right front. Then of course we were talking about fuel. Fuel never really came into an equation until it actually came to the end of the race, and a guy, Yotes, as well as NNR SWATs. And a couple others were able to stretch out one or two extra laps by not pushing that right front or that right rear throughout stage three. And in the end, they were able to really capitalize that. So we always joke around a little bit about fuel mileage and people saving, and why not just lay it all out on the line, just the raw speed, put your setup to the test. Well, last night it was about tires. Do you think we might see a little bit more of that tonight, or do you think it really will just be whoever gets there by blind luck?
Now, tires and pit road, Pete. This is one of the hardest pit roads to get on.
Yep.
We saw it, in the Xfinity, championship race, just a few months ago. Pit road almost cost our current champion. Not at his fault, but you come in a train of 4, 5 cars, and man, it's really easy to get ran over, and it's really easy for one guy to mess up coming to pit road. It's easy to mess up yourself, Pete. So I think speeding penalties probably played a factor in last night's race. Speeding penalties are going to play a factor again tonight. So managing your tire wear, absolutely. Yeah, that's probably going to be more important than managing fuel, like you said. So hopefully these guys have done some practice. They know exactly how far they can go, and they put themselves in a situation where they can be quick enough, but also save enough tire for the finish.
Well, Bowling's out there saying that he remembers it like it was yesterday, Boehner. And yeah, I'm sure he absolutely does. But Bowling, on your side of things, you got to be pretty happy. I think you did pretty well in the points. I know that T Glass didn't end up quite as well as you, so it was good to see somebody else win, but man, you were up there all race long. Definitely had the 38 to beat. Um, Great job last night, Bowling. I know I didn't get to talk to you in post race interviews, unlike the previous 3 weeks, but good job, man. But Banner, you kind of led me into it. What happened with Asbel last year? Man, in the Cup race last year, at one point you had that lead coming to the line. It was very, very close between you, Amore Smoke, and in the Aviator. At that point, CJMX Rose had found himself a lap down and just whittled himself on back to race with you guys, be up there among the championship four, even though he wasn't actually in the hunt at that point. But do you think we might see that great, 2 and 3 wide finish for when the final checker falls tonight?
I think so, Pete. It's certainly in play. Atlanta tends to be long green runs. So I just think the competition's too good in this Xfinity series. I don't see one guy just necessarily taking flight on the field. I think that, you have some really smart drivers in here that are going to work together, even if someone does get a gap in front. You can typically, chase the leader down. But I think a lot of these guys are going to be running the same stuff, Pete, to be honest, and there's not really a whole lot you can do to get your car too much quicker without killing your tire wear a bunch. So I think we're going to see a lot of guys run. It's going to be like an IROC race, Pete.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of, maybe some guys are a little better at the start. Maybe some guys are saving a little more tire, but I think it's going to be a good race. And the only way someone's going to get away is if there's an incident on pit road, coming to pit road under green that, costs guys a couple seconds or speeding penalties. Otherwise, they should stay pretty tight together, and we shouldn't see anyone rip away from the field. But somebody might prove me wrong. We'll see.
No, it's absolutely possible. Swats is out there now saying tire conservation is going to be key. Him and Bowling, a little bit of playful banter back and forth about who's gonna do what next Tuesday night. And if they can do what they did at Homestead, or if they can do what they did last night at Homestead next week. Man, that's gonna be a lot of fun. People on the low line, people on the high line, people in the middle, and just letting the truck or the car wash up towards the wall and try to conserve there as well. Still being a newly, I don't want to say newly paved track, just not as old, anywhere near as old as Atlanta is. That track doesn't have quite the grip. So Banner, these guys are done with qualifying. They're back in the lobby with J-Pa, and I'm sure getting those last you know minute words of encouragement, last minute direction as far as where they can come on a pit road, where they can exit pit road, where they got to stay, what they got to do, how they got to communicate. We're getting to it. A lot of these guys. You raced against a few of them, in the early parts of last season. Raced a few with American Ethanol and during practices and whatnot. You have anybody that you got your eye on tonight?
The guy who really I think is poised to break out here, Pete, is I think he's had speed, he's had some lag issues that have sent him to the rear. I think if he can, get over that hump, I think he's highly motivated coming into this race just by reading some of the comments in the chat from last week. And I think if he's out there, I think Honeycutt is going to be the guy to keep an eye on. I've seen him pass about as many cars as anyone throughout the series, just from having to go to the back, and whether it was caught up in a wreck or lag that wasn't of his doing. I expect him, a little bit of a sleeper. I think he's sitting back there in points, maybe hovering around the top 10. He's in 8th right now. I'm going to go with Honeycutt, but won't be surprised if I see Outbreak, Cola, Master Killer, Commando Griff. I mean, Combat Beast. There's a lot of guys.
Hey, can somebody please send me an invite? Absolutely appreciate it. Thank you,
Pete, I just got in the lobby. We're good.
All right, appreciate it. Sorry, Boehner, I had to switch channels and get an invite here. These guys are about
Not a
ready
problem.
about ready to go green. J-Pod just sent me the invite, so I'm gonna head on in, and then I will get you in as well.
I'm in there, Pete. I'm heading in right now.
Awesome. All right.
Did you have a pick tonight, Pete?
I tell you what, I'm gonna go with a guy that's pretty bold and called his shot like Babe Ruth out there on the diamond, pointing to deep left field, and that's gonna be Jay Gimbel. Jay Gimbel said this is his track. Nobody's gonna have anything for him. I'm gonna call him and see if that's exactly what he's gonna have. He's gonna be starting here on pole, so we'll go through the field as we always do. Looks like it's going to be Jay with the 13 of Commando Griff to his outside. 1 car Cole 315, 10 car Cola, 2 times winner already this season. 36 a Classic Stu, 5 car Little Tank. Good to see him back. 51 a Honeycutt, you just asked about him. 9 car of Q-Dog, 78 of Unforgotten Shadow, one of my buddies. 44 of Baritone Boss, 18 of IRL Blitz. 98 of the one and only Master Killer, 47 of the one and only Bills Legend, 8 car Combat Beast, that's your pick. LT7 in that 0. Then we got the 4 of LaFave, 88, and then the 15 of King Mathers. He's going to try working his way from the back. Jay Gimbel back up on front row here in that Dex Camry, about to set him green here, Boehner. All you into one, sir.
All right, Pete. So I wasn't able to load in. I'm trying again right now. So if you actually want to take it away, that'd probably be best.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, 20 of Jay Gimbel got a pretty good hole shot. 13 of Commando Grip to the outside. 1 car, Cole 315. He's going to try to duck underneath with a big old push from that 36 down the backstretch on the low line. He's got, the 10 car right with him to his outside. Again, that's going to be Cola. He's won twice already this season. He's the only one to get a win. He's got 2 wins. The only other person to get a win so far this year has been King Outbreak. Unfortunately, Outbreak's not in the field tonight, as it looks like the first 5 or 6 are all single file already. Boehner going down that backstretch.
Yes, sir. I'm kind of paying attention to your stream here, and then Pete, I'm going to restart my Xbox. I'm sorry, buddy. Bad start here, but nothing I can do with the technical difficulties. Just send me another invite once I hop back on here.
That's perfectly fine. Go do what you got to do, man. I'll be here. All right, so
Thank you, sir.
looking behind the 20 at Gimbal now, the next 4 cars are all side by side, like they just got released. 36, 30, and 13 again, doing pretty well. A little bit of a battle there. I'm gonna work my way back up to the 13 of Commando Grip as he's got the 10 car of Cola now looking to his inside. A little bit of washing up. 13 looked like he might have got a little tight right there. Cola's still down low at the stripe. They were side by side, still behind them, side by side for P5. Rip's looks like he's got a pretty good car up high, able to really keep a little momentum. Cole's going to be able to complete the pass with a bit of a slide job. Somebody behind him, little loose, going to be able to straighten up, keep it out of the wall, and keep up with the pack. Still, everybody chasing that 20.
Yeah, Pete, I'm a little behind you here because I'm watching your stream, but so far it looks like a lot of good give and take. Something I'm keeping an eye on, Pete, is who's tight right now, because I think some of the guys who are maybe washing up the track a little bit, I think they're going to be better off once they get some adjustments in, but I see the 13 Commando Griff, looks like he's a little tight, looks like Cola's a little tight. So I think a lot of these guys maybe went with a little bit of a lower preset, which I think is a good call to save that right rear later on once adjustments have gone in. So we'll have to keep an eye on that throughout the race.
Rock NASCAR, man. Boehner, I don't know how many different ways I can tell this man thank you. Rock, those 200 bits did not go unnoticed. Just kind of talking our way through the opening. Rock, I forever appreciate you and what you do for this stream, for NNR, for what you do for the Heat 4 and Heat 5 community. Absolutely appreciate you, Rock. Thank you again, buddy. Still working our way through. Now, as we saw the 10 car work his way by the 13 of Commando Griff, now the 13's been able to get back by Cola. So Cola's kind of dropping back just a little bit of contact between the 13 and the 1's going to send him back up. And it looks like they're going to be able to go down the backstretch still side by side. 9 to Q-Dog, he's going to join this mix. And more people are starting to pull these top 6 back in their view. Everybody's still trying to run down that 20. Has not been able to do so just yet. Back here now with the 4 of LaFave, kick 15 of King Mathers. And I take that back. It actually looks like the 36 of Classic Stu. Boehner, this is one of the guys that you just recently tested. He was able to get on by the 20 of Jay Gimbal, and I'm going to guess did it cleanly. I don't see any issues anywhere around this car. It looks like the 20 is going to try to take it down low, and that will give Jay Gimbal the preferred line going into 1 and 2 now.
I love it, Pete, man. It's truly these guys, who either found us by watching, your broadcast or just had a buddy who have been racing in the league. It's so much fun to see these guys, to see them come try out, do well there, come onto the track, have the right attitude, and now racing up front, man. I don't think we saw Classic Stu made his way into the top 5 a couple times, as I think everyone did at some point, last week. And it's good to see him up there early, and looks like he's racing respectfully, battling for the lead. Doesn't get much more fun than that.
Case Watts, you know what? I don't know if we've ever had a first race winner. I know, Boehner, you came very, very close. I think you won in your third attempt, if I remember correctly.
I think so. So Shadowlack, I know, won his first ever Xfinity race because he and I both made our debut together, and we ran about side by side. Neither one of us knew the other person, and we didn't know that we were both, first-time drivers. But man, that was still easily top 2, top 3 favorite races in NNR was battling Shad that very first race.
You know what? And I put that clip out there just last week for Auto Club, and I completely forgot about it. You're absolutely right. And Bowling is also saying that he won in his first race in Xfinity at ISM.
That.
So so I guess to answer Swats, that did happen.
Yeah, it seems like just more and more talented drivers are finding NNR and coming and racing, and like I said, that's just a lot of fun. And the guys who've been in NNR for a while, I mean, everyone just keeps stepping up their game. Everyone keeps learning. it seems like every 4 or 5 race season, it seems like there's another new guy up there battling for wins. And man, it's just fun. I mean, as soon as you start getting the right equipment, you get to be friends with some of the guys in the league. Like you say, Pete, all the time, it's a community. We all, for the most part, help each other out, and it's always fun to see new guys up front contending for wins.
You know, it's kind of funny that you say that. I got an IM yesterday from a guy in the French Quarter of Quebec that asked, "Hey man, if I join you, he says I'm nowhere near highly competitive. I'm still kind of new." He said, "Would there be anybody out there that would be able to help me?" And I said, The community that makes up NNR is about 90 drivers strong. I'm sure there would be somebody out there that'd be willing to lend an ear, help you out, and get you on the right track, get you up to a competitive speed as soon as possible. And you know what? You just completely, uh, repeated what I said without the same exact words. So there you go. Right
Yes,
now,
sir.
Fatless
Then
out there is wondering who's winning. Right now, it looks like it's going to be the 20 with the 78 pretty close. But the 20 has not been in the lead all race. Stu kind of took it for a moment, and he's under a pretty good threat here by Unforgotten Shadow.
yeah, Pete. And then if I can get an invite whenever you get a moment,
Absolutely,
that'd be awesome.
right now, buddy.
Thank you, sir. And then, yeah,
There
so it
you
looks
go.
like we got about a 4-car breakaway at the front here. Once again, this first little stint here, nobody's been able to touch the car yet. There's been no cautions. It's been clean and green, Pete. Looks like we got the 20, the 78, the 36, and I can't tell who that 4th car in line is on this tiny phone screen that I'm looking at right now. I think that's Honeycutt. Yeah, so the 51's right there as well. So these 4 guys, hopefully they can come on and off pit road nice and clean. It is dangerous coming in together, especially that first stop. It's going to be tricky, but everyone should have to pit, Pete. And like I said, I think on times 2, they're going to go about 20 to 24 laps, something like that.
Well, I've been keeping up with that Hellman's Camaro for Combat Beast on his stream. Again, Combat Beast, thank you much for allowing us to tag along for laps and fuel and all that. Definitely appreciate it. And as he brings that Camaro off 3 and 4 coming across the line, his tire light just came on. And Boehner, that's with 22 laps remaining. So still a long way to go. He's going to have to try to hold on for just a little bit longer. He doesn't have the menu up showing me what his right sides are at, which I'd love to know. He's really just concentrating on the race, concentrating on his line, hoping that he's going to be able to get in and grab some kind of changes pretty soon. As we see a battle for the lead right now. Unforgotten Shadow wasn't able to keep it on that bottom line, drifting up just a little bit. It looks like one car right now is gonna. I think that's Honeycutt. He's going to be bringing it down. No, it's not Honeycutt. It's actually Classic Stu. He's going to be the first one to bring up pit road.
All right, there we go. So pit stop's beginning. He's splitting it right down the middle. You can definitely gain an advantage on tires here, short pitting a lap or so. But, on the flip side of that, those guys are going to have a little better tires the rest of the way. I like coming in a lap early, Pete. I think you gain a lot more, in that one lap, and, your tires aren't that much off the other guys. Now, if it becomes 3 or 4 laps, then it gets a little scary, because once those guys catch you, they're probably going right by you. But 1 lap shouldn't be too bad. And I just loaded in, Pete, so I'm finally good. I see we got Master Killer coming on, Commando Griff, Combat Beast, Bill's Legend, all hitting pit road right here, Pete.
I tell you what, it's going to be very, very interesting to see if the 13 of Commando Griff didn't actually get a black flag. He came in flying right up to that 98's bumper. Man, I don't know. We'll definitely have to see. But you see the 8 Helmets Camaro for Combat Beast. You see the 47 of Bill's Legend, 98 of Master Killer. So some of the J-PA militia crew here on pit road doing it together. We're going to kind of keep up with things, see where we all stack up. Here's the 18 and the 4. People that have gone down pit road now working their way off.
Yep, and it looks like Classic Stu is going to be out ahead of this 98, 13, 8, all coming off pit road. I saw the 20 came on down the next time by, Pete. So he's on pit road right now, and I'm going to imagine the let's see if our leaders just hit pit road also. Yep, they're on pit road right now, side by side. You got Unforgotten Shadow and Honeycutt. So I think that's about going to do it for the drivers in the top 10 as far as hitting pit road. Ooh, the 9 car just about wrecked coming on the pit road. The Q-Dog did a good job to get it together and keep it on pit road and not have a total disaster there. So that was good. Now I'm going to find the 36 because he beat everyone on the pit road, Pete. So let's see where he comes out compared to the 20 and the 51 and the 78 here.
Tell you what, one big man. If that 5, a little tank has a horseshoe upside down, he needs to keep it that way because that is absolutely holding all of his luck. As you said, the 9 of Q Dog kind of lost it a little bit coming down pit road. Well, when he lost it, he was ghosted, and the 5 was actually able to drive right through him without actually collecting the 9, causing more damage, which would have really meant more time on pit road. So those two, boy, chance is definitely in their favor tonight. But I'm going to work my way back up to that top 5 right along with you right now. In fact, I just found the 51 of Honeycutt, who was in that lead pack. He's all by his lonesome.
Yep, he got a penalty, Pete. So he was side by side with the 78, and he's about 15 seconds back from now. So unfortunately, Honeycutt, I didn't see how they came onto pit road, if there was contact or something that happened, but definitely an early penalty. And Cola is just now hitting pit road, Pete. So the 10 car went 4 or 5 laps further than the 36 or the 20, and a few laps further than everyone else. I don't know if that's a good move here in stage 1, Pete, unless there's a late race caution. But even then, he's still going to have to come in and take tires again. So, yeah, I don't know about that, Pete, but we'll see how it works out for him. As now the 78 and the 20 have reeled in that 36 of Classics do, and we'll see how well he can hold them off here.
Well, one thing that the 10 of Cola could be trying, he's got a couple wins in the bank. As anybody that's caught a stream has already heard me say, this season it's not a win and you're in the chase kind of thing. There is no round of 16, round of 12, round of 8, round of 4, and then the normal championship race. You've actually got to stay consistent all season long, kind of bringing it back to the way that NASCAR used to be, where you had to stay in it to win it all season. You couldn't just grab a couple wins, get a couple bonus points, miss a race here and there, just lollygag the rest of the season away until it came time for the chase. Here this season, you've got to be around all season long, and I almost wonder if the 10 of Cola is just trying out something, maybe looking ahead to stage 3, see what kind of times he can run, back it down a little bit, conserve a little bit of tire, conserve a little bit of fuel, go those extra couple laps, and really come on in when everybody else's tires are starting to fade away. His are extremely strong.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Pete. It's just that he hadn't had a chance to even make adjustments to the car. So it's weird to do that on the first run. Now, once again, something may have happened. He may have been caught up in something that we didn't see, had to make a second pit stop. No idea. Just I know he was back on the pit road or on pit road the first time, quite a bit after everyone else had already come on and made the service. So something to take note of, but also just a little weird. But like I said, maybe he's just trying something. Who knows?
Yep. Well, I mean, stage 1, and I did it again. I forgot. We got a little bit of a late start getting in here. I didn't put my old stage 1 decal up. So there you go.
Yeah, buddy.
The little things I tell you. But right now, 78 of Unforgotten Shadow. He's got the lead. He's got the 20 car. Jay Gimbel again that called his shot earlier on Twitter, saying that Atlanta Motor Speedway is his track. This is where he was going to get his first W here in NNR. Right now, 78's proven that he's going to try to challenge him. Stu has said that, he's put it, his car in the front for a couple laps, saying that, hey, I've got that speed as well. But right now, we got a little bit of a 2-car breakaway. Everybody else is at least 6 to 7 car length or more back. Boehner, they're picking up steam halfway through stage 1. 78 and the 20 right now seem to be the class of the field without fully being able to get their adjustments in. We know that you can get partial adjustments in that quick 14 or 15 seconds that you get under a green flag stop, but definitely nowhere near the amount of time that you get when you're going through age break. As just saw a pass for the lead. 20 was able to get on by Shadow.
That's right. 20 just moved in the first place here. The 78 close in tow. You got the 36 kind of, you can see he's faded off of them a little bit. He just pitted a little bit early. He got about a second, 1.2 second gap on him. But once they caught him, they went by him. Now they're driving away from him. And then I can't tell who that is in fourth. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, that's King Mathers. King Mathers into the top 5. Then you got Master Killer actually running 5th, and he's got Commando Griff and Combat Beast close in tow in 6th and 7th there. So those are kind of the players early here in Stage 1 who are looking at points. I think we probably got, Pete, about 9-10 laps to go here?
Next time Combat Beast comes on by the start stripe, I'll go ahead and do that lap count for us. Right now, I'm keeping an eye on this little bit of a duel between the 8th and 98, and I believe the 47 of Bill's Legend. They've got 6 laps to go. They're on lap 34 of 40. So when you said it's 40 laps, Stage 1, you were right on the money. Ferret Man, how are you, sir? No, man, you haven't missed anything. Couple cars, we're able to take the lead, but nothing big. No cautions, all green flags so far. These guys are doing a phenomenal job. Thanks for coming out yet again, Ferret Man.
Good battle up front, Pete. It looks like the 20 clipped the grass on the front stretch as the 78 was kind of getting a run on him. He got to his outside, and then Atlanta, it's hard to make a pass in 3 and 4 up top, especially if you're on equal tires. Sometimes you can do it if you got a little bit of a tire advantage, but you can see the 20. He's just protecting that bottom. He's not going to give that up, and he slid up a little bit there. So, the thing is, you protect that bottom. Yeah, he just clipped the apron again. He's protecting the bottom, Pete, but it can be done, but it also is easy to make a mistake taking that narrow entry into 3 and 4 and 1 and 2.
Yep, 4 laps remaining. As you just saw them come on by the start stripe, the 20 and the 78, they have been all over each other. Here comes that 36. He's actually been able to join this party as those two were battling out. Boehner, I think the 78 has given the 20 all he can handle here further that lead. Like you said, the 20, he kind of bounced off that yellow line once or twice, sent them back up track, able to give it a quick jerk to the left to stay back on that yellow line for the most part. Now that he's got a little bit of breathing room, not really hugging that bottom line as much as he was, but I think the 20 is either trying to break the draft or might have just partially given a thought to maybe pitting. I don't think he's going to. I think he's still hard on the throttle. Yeah, he is going to be able to keep this. I'm sorry, I was watching a battle between Combat Beast and the 13 to Commando Griff, just a little bit further behind.
Oh, there it is, Pete.
Laps to go. Here they are, door to door. 78 able to muscle his way by. Wow.
Yep, and now the 36 has brought himself back into play here. Pete, when the leader hugs that bottom line like that, it will definitely slow both the cars down. And you can see the 36, now that those tires have kind of equaled out a little bit more, he was able to take advantage, suck right up there, and now he's going to go try to challenge the 78.
I don't know, 78, he was really hounding the 20 of Jay Gimbel the entire way. If York out there saying that is some hard racing, absolutely. Here comes Stu. I don't think he's going to have enough to really challenge going in 3 and 4. Unforgotten Shadow. Man, this guy is awesome. I definitely appreciate the man for everything that he's done so far. Unforgotten Shadow is going to grab max points coming through Stage 1. Big congratulations, Stu, right there in P2. And the 20 of Jay Gimbel. He's going to round your top 3. Boehner, we're going to take a quick little break. I'm going to crack something cold here right quick. Let's go to NNRleague.com and take a look around. We'll be right back.
Hey NNR fans, are you looking for a way to rep your favorite NASCAR Heat Preset League on Xbox Live? Look no further. Just go to nnrleague.com, scroll down to the Zazzle tab, and see what we have to offer. From t-shirts to hoodies to clocks, we have everything you need to show your support. Thanks for being the best fans, and we hope to see you at the track repping that NNR red.
All right, guys, we are back. As always, thank you very much. Anytime we take that kind of a commercial break, you don't miss a thing. So here we are now, starting stage 2. We're going to kick it off with, looks like 78 of Unforgotten Shadow, 36 is Stu, 2 is outside. Jay Gimbel looking very, very quick under that line. He's going to push the 78 up the track to steal that position with force that's stacked up. Everybody behind him. Boehner, here we go. Down the backstretch. Boehner, did I lose you, buddy?
You sure did, because I flipped my mic up under commercial break like a huge rookie dum-dum. So I was over here making noise like, because through 1 and 2 that first turn, man, that was tight all the way through the top 10. Everyone survived it though, and now they're all getting kind of single file here. But yeah, Pete, great into stage 1, and it looks like the 20 is taking control here to at least start stage 2.
Yeah, big old pack come flashing on by. Jay Gimlin at 20. He's got the lead. 78 of Unforgotten Shadow right there. P2 tail grabbing that 20 as much as he can. The 15 of King Mathers, he's going to give that 78 a shot. And that's going to be able to send him underneath the 20. Battle for the lead here. Coming off 1 and 2. Going down the backstretch. King Mathers with the 78. The 8 car of Combat Beast not quite on the back bumper of that 20, so the bottom line should prevail coming off the 4, Boehner.
Yep, here they come off of 4, and it looks like the 78 and the 15 are going to clear the 20, who immediately darts back down to the bottom. I believe that's the 13 of Commando Grip in 4th. Oh, no, that's 36. And then you can see Combat Beast kind of keeping it wound up on the outside, just keeping his car out of trouble there. I think he's just doing the smart thing. He's doing the thing I like to do here at these tracks at the beginning of runs, just kind of stay up top, stay away from guys. If they hit the apron or something like that, it's not going to send you into the wall. He's just staying in touch with the leaders, making sure that as this run goes on, he's going to be able to be up there.
Boehner, I got to make sure that you get some of the credit where credit is absolutely due. Everybody out there in chat that doesn't already know, you've seen Boehner out here, giving a little bit of play-by-play, helping out with, where some additional cars are when, me and either Rick James or Lucky Dog or Word Burton are calling these races. But a lot of the work goes on behind the scenes. All these new guys that you see out here, Boehner actually is the one that does a lot of the testing. So the job that Classic Stu, the job that a few of these other guys have done, it's all because Boehner has absolutely put them through their paces before he even allows them to step, to get on the track with a lot of these more established veteran NNR drivers. So Boehner, you're doing one hell of a job picking the talent that NNR puts on these races every week. Congratulations, buddy. You deserve it.
Well, thanks, Pete. I mean, that's too kind. I mean, I don't really, all I want to do is just make sure they have the right attitudes, to join the league, that they'll be a good fit, and that, it's not even about speed. It's always nice when guys like Yotes King and Classics do come out here and they're battling, inside the top 5. That's a lot of fun to see, and, further confirmation for me that, I made a good choice in letting them hop in the league. But it's not just me, it's all the admins. It's Coey, which, by the way, big shout out to Coey. He's had a tough few weeks here, man, and we're thinking about you, and hopefully we can get some racing going in your life that can take your mind off other things. But man, we all love and appreciate you, so big shout out to Coey this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Coey, if you're out there, which I doubt you are, and if you're out there, and I hope you're not, rather, I just know that everybody here in NNR, we are all thinking about you, and man, we're looking forward to talking to you again soon. Maybe hit some golf balls at your favorite course whenever you can, we're always pulling for you. But Boehner 36 is Stu. He's gone ahead and grabbed that lead right back from King Mathers. He led a couple. Here comes the 8 car of Combat Beast that spent a lot of time up top. Now, Boehner, if you're up top and you're really just about keeping up the momentum, you're not wearing out or rubbing off that right front tire. You're not using the right rear to turn the car all that much. You're allowing a lot of the banking to do that for you. Combat Beast now taking the lead from the 36. Do you think all that time he spent on the high line is what's helping him to move his way through the field?
So, yeah, Pete, I mean, for me, I see that. I don't know if it helps the tires so much as it just makes sure it keeps you out of trouble. You know what I mean? It keeps you from getting stacked up behind someone who maybe makes a mistake on the bottom. If you're confident in your car, there's no sense in really trying to mix it up too much, those first few laps. Now that, obviously now that, a few laps have gone by, we're a little single file, he's been able to work his way up there. And not shocking at all. It's different when you don't trust your car. You feel like you got to get everything you got to get right away and get that track position. But if you're confident in your car, I mean, there's no sense in putting yourself in an extra sticky situation. And that's what I saw from him. And I really respect the guys who I see racing like that, especially at the beginning. Not that there's anything wrong doing it any other way, but I just it's not a surprise to me that he's worked his way to the front now.
Well, Boehner, as we're approaching the middle part of stage number 2, we have been all green since the drop of the initial
big
flag.
wreck, Pete. The 15,
hey,
the 20,
there's
the
the commentators.
78, the 4. Oh, man. A lot of guys in that front pack included in that. I didn't see what happened. It looked like there was some contact, and the 15 got sent sideways, head on into the dogleg, that front stretch wall right in front of the field, and yeah, that's a bummer there. But a lot of good cars taken out in that one, so game caution should be out. But if it's not, there's going to be a manual here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, J-Pod just called an audible here, and he's going to bring the field together to see the 51 and the 18. It's kind of, getting together just a little bit. Hopefully that didn't cause any damage to the front end of that repairables.com Camaro. Doesn't look like it. It looks like he's pretty good. But yeah, absolutely some great racing up until that point. Sorry, I even said that they'd been green flags since the beginning. It seems like once I dropped those couple of words, everybody lost talent. I don't know, but man, a lot of great racing. So now everybody will get a fair shake to bring their cars on down pit road. Riding along right now with the 9 of Q-Dog and his Bass Pro 3, he can absolutely use some time on pit road to get this thing fixed up, and let's the kind of camo, which I don't think it is. If it is 704, really screwed up. But man, it's working our way through our stage 1 winner, 78 of Unforgotten Shadow, kind of finding himself in some unfamiliar territory. He was up front all of stage 1. Now he finds himself a little bit closer to the back. Everybody coming on down pit road. Boehner, I don't expect anybody to stay out.
No, it's 4 tires and fuel. Pete, I don't know if you can get us a lap count. I don't know that this caution came late enough that it's going to get everyone to the end. So it's going to be interesting to see if some guys end up taking 2. Maybe we'll see someone even come back down before we go green. I wouldn't necessarily do that because I'm not sure you're going to get caught back up. But, yeah, depending on where we're at lap-wise, this might set up an interesting dilemma here for the last 5 laps of the stage.
You know how we were saying Cola and what he was doing right there didn't really seem to make a whole lot of sense before? Well, it might make perfect sense in this scenario. There's 24 laps to go. Depending on when they take the green, will determine on what they've got left. Yeah, they're on lap 15 of 37. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see whether we're going to see everybody go, full bore, hard on, ready to go, or if they're just going to kind of, lay back a little bit. Yeah, it'll be it'll be very, very interesting to see what we're about to do. Looks like this lap everybody's kind of single file, and J-Pod's gonna get 'em double file here on the next go around. Man,
So will we have 22 to go, Pete, when we go green here?
I believe, yeah, I believe we'll be right around 22, maybe 21. It depends on how many laps J-Pod takes. If there are any lap down cars, if somebody had just started the pit right there or something like that, they might wave it off one more time. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't
massive
see
wreck.
him doubling up. Sorry,
Yeah,
not to cut you off. I don't see him doubling up here, Pete. So I think we're going to have 21 to go, and if you can't go 21 laps, you're going to be screwed in stage 3. So I think we'll see everyone just race this out as hard as they can.
Well, right now we got the 47 Trump.com Camaro in the lead. 8 car of Combat Beast, 10 car of Cola. Hey, there he is. We were just talking about him. Sitting in P3, 36 of Stu in P4, and here they are. They're getting ready. They're getting double file back up. 18 is going to be sitting in P5 with the 51 of
Honeycutt.
Honeycutt. There we go. Yeah, and have to. I just got to remember BJ Honeycutt from MASH, and I got his name down pat. So again, double file coming through 3. We're about ready to come on off. And it looks like there's one car that may not have gotten a chance to pit. He's going to bring it on down right now. But again, race fans for Trump 2020, or at least it says on the back bumper, Boehner, we're going back green.
Yep, turn 1. It looks like that bottom lane Combat Beast maybe got snookered, or maybe he thought they were going to go at the line. Either way, he's going to fall back quite a bit here, but no worries. I know he's confident in his car. He'll find a place to ride. But 47 leading him down the back. We got the 10, Ecola. We got the 18 of Blitzkrieg, and then the 98 of Master Killer diving it in there. And we see Cola washing way up the track. Let's see if he can get it back together. It looks like he did. So 22 laps, Pete, was how far they need to go here to make it to the checkered in stage 2.
That's right. This is their second lap green. 20 more laps to go. Watching the 8 again of Combat Beast as he's putting the moves a little bit more, further and further, bringing his way up the line. Swats, I see your message out there, and you know what, buddy? You try remembering, by heart, 3 rosters full of NNR Series cars. It's not that easy, buddy. But yeah, 47 Bills Legend got that Trump machine in the wind. Got some pretty close competition right now, but nobody really hounding his back bumper. Going to work my way back on up to second and third. See if we can't keep an eye on our leaders as we continue all the way through 3 and 4. That person that didn't pit earlier, about ready to go a lap down.
Yeah, that's Baritone Boss in the 44. So we'll see. He came down right before they went green, and he was able to get back out and stay on the lead lap. I don't think anyone's a lap down right now, so worst case scenario, he can get out of the way for these guys, and then he'll be able to get the lucky dog as long as he stays close, stays in this little lead pack here. So not the end of the world for Baritone Boss, probably not getting any stage points here, but he'll be back in the thick of things, and once we kick off stage 3, as long as there's not a bigger issue going on.
Well, another thing too, he's got 1 lap fresher tires than these guys. So yeah, he went a lap down, but being the only car 1 lap down, he'll get the lucky dog. He'll be able to pit with the leaders as long as nobody else has an issue in front of the 47 of Bill's Legend as he continues to pull a long train of cars all the way down that high side, bringing it on back down. And it seems like lap after lap, whenever he gets a little bit of a push from the car behind, he gets closer and closer to this 44 of Baritone Boss. Now, Boehner, where would you want to be if you're Bills? Where are you telling that 44 to go when you're about ready to put a lap on him?
Just keep it high. I mean, you want the high side at Atlanta, but if he does what he just did and drops below the apron, then that absolutely worked. So he didn't even fight him. He let everyone cruise on by. Good by him. Obviously had some sort of issue there coming to the restart. I think he realizes he'll get it back in gear here for the 3rd stage.
Yes, watch that running order and that lap counter that was promised by 704. That would have absolutely been nice, But you know what? On the flip side, and I was thinking about this later when I was watching a video from the one and only Atlanta Racing. Um, we don't have that, but at the same time, we get to shed a little light on the guys like Combat Beast and like you, Boehner, and a few others that stream that help us out. It helps, get you a little bit more notoriety. Hopefully, it helps build your followers, just like it did when I first started, when HD and I got together, and everybody else that's ever stepped foot inside this booth, whether as you are now or as someone that's helping me along with the streams. So I appreciate what y'all do out there as well, even though we don't have that lap counter or the position tracker.
Yeah, I mean, the stream, for me, it really just started with, when you're a new guy and you're trying to fit in, I mean, you really want all the video evidence you can of what's going on around you. And and if there's an altercation, you know what I mean, you at least have your footage to go back to and point to, hey, that was my bad, here's what happened. Or certainly like, no, I got shoved, into this situation. I wasn't there by choice, you know what I mean? So streaming serves a lot of purposes. I'm not too concerned with gaining followers with that, but it helps you guys out with your broadcasts, and it certainly gives me peace of mind going into every race, knowing that if something comes up or if anything happens on track, I can go back and look at it later.
Yeah, I mean, and that has been a very helpful tool in a lot of cases all last year, this year, and the hauler that you as one of the NNR admins, and Coey and Stout and Swats and J-Pa have kind of put together to help settle any kind of issues throughout the season. I think it's been a very, very vital tool.
Yeah, absolutely, Pete. They are mixing it up front here. The 78 took the first run he had to try and get back in the top three here on Honeycutt, and he went down in there, clipped the apron, started to wash up. Honeycutt did a good job of keeping his momentum. He's going to maintain that third spot right behind the 18 of Blitzkrieg here. But these guys, I don't think they're really saving something that, we saw Cola wash up basically on that first lap. He stayed with this lead group kind of at the back. So is the 8 car here, as they're kind of right around the 98. So I don't know if they're all going to make it or not, Pete. I would think they would at 22 laps. Otherwise, they might be in trouble for later in the race. But I mean, something to certainly keep an eye on, Pete. I won't be surprised if we do see a pop tire in 3 and 4 here on the last lap.
It'll be interesting to see if everybody just throws that thought in their head and said, I've made my bed. I've got to lie in it.
51. Wow. Sorry, Pete. The 51 just pulled what HD would call a power move on the 18 on the outside. 18 got a little loose on the bottom, and the 51 just powered right around him, was ready to capitalize on that mistake. Now he's going to hunt down the leader.
Yeah, 51. Honeycutt, he's been pretty strong. Bill's Legend has been able to lead this since the green came on back out after that manual caution when a big old wreck happened coming across the start stripe. So Bill's, again, with that Trump machine in the win, 51-78. Then it's going to be the 9 of Q-Dog. He's starting to work his way into the scheme. Here comes that 10 Caracola and the 18 right behind the 9. He's going to give that 9 a big old push coming across the line. 51's going to be kept to the outside. Here comes Q-Dog.
Q-Dog flying into the top 5. I think that's the first time we've seen him here. This top 5, I don't see too much saving going on, Pete. So I think these guys are all going for it. Cola, like I said, similar to Combat Beast, I mentioned what he was doing on the restart. Cola just basically let everyone go. But that's the cool thing. If you're confident in your car, you just stay with that lead group, stay out of trouble, work your way back up, be there for the end. Pretty smart driving.
Well, I'll tell you what, with exactly 6 laps to go, I can tell you that the 8 car Combat Beast sitting in 9th right now. He's got about 30% left on his right rear, 37 on his right front. These guys are scrubbing about 7 to 8% lap, depending on how hard they're really pushing their tires. If they're oversteering, they're going to scrub a little of that right front. going into the corner. If they're really having to use that right rear to correct anything, they're going to wear down that tire as well. So I just mentioned he had 34%. Coming across the line again, he's down to 27. So he is shredding at least the right rear lap after lap. Boehner, I don't think any of these guys up front, as hard as they're fighting, are going to be able to make it. We'll have to see, though. Cola did it, did a phenomenal job in stage 1. Bills has been up there. Now we got a new leader, 78, Unforgotten Shadow. He's back. Q-Dog right in ninth. I'm sorry, right in second, running in that 9. Man, I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
I don't know either, Pete. That 78, I mean, he wasted no time working his way back to the lead after basically being caught up in that wreck. Once again, no fault of his own. He was just wrong place, wrong time. He came firing through there. Honeycutt's recovered from a pit road speeding penalty. We see the 9 car, Q-Dog, he recovered from an issue coming to pit road that first time. So a lot of good rebounds from these guys in the top 5 so far, Pete.
Big rebounds and big drive all the way through 1 and 2. Here comes the 9 with the 10 of Cola. 78 and the 10 are going to be side by side going into 3 and 4. Can the 9 get it down? No, he can't. 10 is going to be able to drive that yellow all the way through, but the 9's going to have a little bit of momentum coming off the corner. Where will the 78 go? 78's going to stick with the 10 for not really going to drive for position. Here comes the 51, a Honeycutt. Here comes the 98, a Master Killer. Talking about him first time in the top 5. 78-10 nose to tail. Bottom line is going to be the, top line is going to be the 9 of Q-Dog. Now Master Killer is going to line up with him as he's going to actually drop down to that bottom line. So bottom line, 3 cars deep. 9's the only one up top. 10 car to the lead. 78 right there, P2.
There you go. And the 9 car is able to dip in front of the 51 of Honeycutt. We still got the 98 and the 47 in tow, just slightly far behind those guys, maybe about 0.8 seconds. We got the 18 of Blitzkrieg and the 8 of Combat Beast. Pete, you know what? How many laps we got left here? I'm curious if these guys, if we're going to start seeing guys signal.
Buddy, you're talking about the great unknown right here. Right now, Combat Beast, he's only got about 7 or 8% left on that
47.
right rear. He's going to have to come down.
I think the 47 did just blow a tire. Remember, he was out. That was the stage.
That was
right
the
there.
stage. Yep.
Wow, and I think the 78 blew a tire coming off of 4. Or did I say the 78? I'm sorry, I meant the 47. Sorry. 47 definitely blew a tire coming off of 4, Pete. He was in that lead for the majority of that stage. So kind of gives a little credence to that theory that you save a little tire if you're in the draft. I've never known for sure if that's the case or not, but some guys swear that's the case. So maybe it was for Bill's legend here in stage 2.
Well, Unforgotten Shadow grabbed stage number 1. He just grabbed max points in stage number 2 as well. Cola second, Q-Dog third, Honeycutt, Master Killer, and then Blitz is going to round out your top 6. We're going to get ready to set them green here one more time. We'll work our way back up to our leaders. Looks like it's going to be the 78 and the 9. So the 9 for the first time tonight, he's going to start on the outside. 78's going to get a pretty good hole shot. Here comes the 10 of Cola, 51 of Honeycutt, 98 of Master Killer, and then 18 car again, IRL Blitz. Pretty good finish there in both stages. Here you see the 8 car of Combat Beast going to duck on down, as well as the 1 of Cole 315. Cole's going to work his way well inside the top 10, diving on down underneath the 9. And now you got a couple of J-Pop Militia members. They're going to battle it out side by side. First lap under green, Boehner coming in 1.
Coming into 1, it's still the 78. We got the 10 on the inside of the 51, and the 98's going to, he's going to get down there inside the 51. Wow, that is close racing, Pete. And they hold it together. We got the 8 now coming up to push the 98. We got the 9 of Q-Dog right behind them, so they're starting to sort it out. As you can see, the 98 kind of cut the 51 a break going into 3.
Yeah, going to 3, coming off 3, coming off 4, coming to the line. It's still going to be the 50. I'm sorry, no. Let me get back up there again. A little bit of room instability. Hopefully this server bump, which we usually see right about this time, is not going to take the field. All right, so it looks like we're back to normal. Everybody's stop glitching for now. Going to work our way back up to the leader, as I just said. And here we are, back up with the 78 of Unforgotten Shadow, leading this really long train all the way across the stripe. And I did it again here, Boehner. I did it again. We are now in stage number 8. As soon as I find my mouse. Hey, bingo, final stage. Unforgotten Shadow grabs stage 1, stage 2, hoping he can keep stage 3 here. A little bit of a side-by-side battle behind him. There's the bright yellow Hellman's Camaro for Combat Beast sitting in about P4 with a little bit of a challenge underneath him. Right now, though, 78's in the wind.
78's in the win. The first battle on the track here is for third. Combat Beast just able to clear Cola, and then we got the 51 in tow. He's going to go into fourth, so drop Cola back to fifth. Now we got Q-Dog challenging Cola down the backstretch as they head into turn 3. Is he going to cut him a break? He is. Then we got Cole 315 and the 18 of the, I guess it was Blitzkrieg. It sounds like he may have changed his name, though, to Fire Rail Blitz. We'll just go with Blitz.
Gotcha. All right. So now I'll get that back. I kept on thinking I didn't remember who he was, but I should have known. I'll have to get after him later for changing his gamer tag and not telling me.
He's Blitz. We got him.
There we go, Blitz. All right, so 98 a Match Killer P2, 8 car Combat Beast P3, 51, and then you got the 10 of Cola. So some pretty familiar names up front. Yep, saw that squeeze up high. Looks like one car might have got a little tight, but no harm. Might be a little bit of foul, whole lot of harm. We'll have to check out the right side of that car in just a moment. Going into 1 and 2, getting over the bumps, trying to get it down on that yellow line. 78 washed up a little bit. Here comes the 98 of Old Master Killer with a little bit of a push from Cat Beast. Here comes the 51 of Honeycutt as well. 10 Caracola is going to dive on down. This is going to leave the 78 high and dry. But just like old Harry Gant, high, wide, and handsome, able to keep that position, coming to the line, drag race.
2 by 2 heading into 1 and 2 here, Pete. We got the 98 of Master Killer looking to take the lead for the first time. The 78 does a good job of pinching him as they get into the center of 1 and 2. The 51 is going to slide up behind the 78, but I think we're going to see him duck back down here. He is. He's going to go 3 wide into 3. This is going to be tricky. Master Killer backs out of it. The 10 of Cola gives him space to get in. This is great racing up front, Pete, as now we got the 78 still up front with the 51 challenging out of 4.
Yeah, great track awareness by that 98 of Master Killer to back it out. He saw the run that the 51 had. He didn't actually cut off the 98 or anything like that. 98 saw in his mirror, and it was just a huge run. Couldn't bring it down the block, so perfect driving by that 98 to not cause an issue. Now though, new challenge up front. Put that 51 underneath the 78, and here comes Honeycutt.
Here comes Honeycutt to the lead. He's got Master Killer pushing him all the way down the front straightaways. He's going to take that narrow entry into 1. Master Killer is going to take a peek, but it looks like he's mostly just going to challenge for second here as Honeycutt kind of washes up to the middle lane. And now the 98's looking below him down the back stretches. We're 2 by 2, the first 2 rows, as Cola has a push from Q-Dog and Blitz as well. Man, Pete, we got about 12 cars in this front pack, and they are racing hard.
Yeah, absolutely. As much as these guys up front been racing side by side and really duking it out, that has allowed the entire field to be brought back up. So 98 of Master Killer, I believe right now he is leading his first laps of the new season, and he's got just about the entire J-Paw militia right behind him. The only one that's not up there right now, I believe, is going to be that 47. But he's got Cola there. He's got Bill's Legend. He's got, I'm sorry, not Bill's Legend. He's got Q-Dog right behind him. So everybody in that militia doing their best, but maybe wanting to block a little bit for this 98. It's still very early here in stage number 3. 69 laps remaining.
Yep, as Bill's Legend actually is into the top 10. He just kind of got into the Cola a little bit, sent him up the racetrack. Cola did a nice job to save it, but he's dropping to the back of this rear pack as well, Pete. So we got everyone in J-Paw's army contending here for the win. Something I want to point out, Pete, the 20 car has dropped way off the lead pack. He's been doing this since the drop of the green. He's a solid 10 to 12 seconds back of this lead group. He is definitely trying some strategy. He called a shot, said he wasn't going to lose this race. we'll have to see how this works as far as if he's going to try a 2-stop strategy versus a 3. Definitely giving up a lot of time on the track right now.
Yeah, I know, over the last, 9 races that have been run so far, or working on 9 races in the 2021 season, or this new season, whatever we're calling it. Some people have been a little hurt by those that have won on fuel mileage. So we'll have to see if this is going to be another one of those issues. But I don't think it's really fuel mileage in this case, Boehner. I think it's more about tire preservation than anything else. None of these guys are able to go a full fuel run. It's really all about protecting that right front and that right rear more than anything else.
Absolutely. Depending on what preset you went with, it's either going to be the right front or the right rear that's the enemy. For most of these guys, I'm going to assume it's the right rear that they're going to be wanting to make sure they're keeping tabs on and trying to maintain. To be fair, Pete, there's not a whole lot you can do once you get the setups in to save it at Atlanta. It's really all about your setup more so than how you drive the track, but certainly you can back it down a little bit and save a little bit more. The 20 is backing it down a lot.
Yeah, watching this lead pack all headed up by the 98 of Master Killer 9, the 18 of Blitz, 51 of Honeycutt, and others. It looks like we're back at Auto Club with no draft on, and they just can't pass. Just as I say that, here we go again. 9-car Q-Dog. He's going to look underneath his buddy, the 98 of Master Killer, and take that spot. Blitz is going to follow. 51 of Honeycutt. He's going to try to keep it right there as well. So 98, 9, 51, 18. That's your top 4 coming across the line one more time. And these guys are absolutely clicking off laps. It seems like it was just a lap ago. I said 69. Now we got 64 to go.
Yep, they're clicking them off quick here, Pete. I think it's about 29 seconds a lap here at Atlanta. Very fast, high bank, 1.5 mile. We got the 47 and 5th. We got Classic Stu and King Mathers in 6th and 7th. We got Cole battling, I think it's Little Tank back there for 8th. And then you still got another 3-4 cars at the back of this pack. Everybody in this pack is a contender, Pete. And what we're going to have to watch is who's going to get on and off pit road clean, who's going to do it without mistakes. That's going to basically thin out this front pack. So we'll see. We'll keep tabs on that once they come to pit road. Right now we got the 9 of Q-Dog. He's starting to gap the 18 a little bit, Pete.
Yeah, just a little bit. Blitz, it could just be that he's wanting to stay off of his bumper. Maybe he doesn't want to get up there and have to worry about where he's getting into the corner. Worry about what he's going to do to that right front in the draft. I talked to a couple people earlier today that were practicing for the Cup race, and they said they were just about able to go full bore all the way around every single lap. And after a little bit of setup help, they were able to save, I think it was right around 6% on that right rear with 1 lap of fuel to go. As we see, the 47 of Bill's Legend, he's going to get able to get load up in time and bring it on down pit road. It looks like the 47 in that Trump Camaro is going to be the first one to grab some brand new Eagle Fuel Goods.
Yep, 47's on pit road. No surprise, he did blow a tire, when they had that 22-lap run to the finish in stage 2 coming out of turn 4. So he's on pit road here. He's going to be the first to come. Let's see who else signals and comes this time. I see the 18 coming, Pete. Let's see who else is coming. The 36 is coming. The 5 is coming. The 18 had an issue getting to pit road, but he was able to woe it down. Hopefully he didn't hit that inside wall too hard and get too much damage. That 2 or 3 seconds of damage repair is really going to cost you here at Atlanta.
Now, you mentioned Jay Gimbel just a little bit ago, also known as Tough to Pass, Buenana, whatever you want to call him. He's still way back here. I wonder if he is taking a look at...
98's around, and the 8's into him, Pete. I'm sorry, 98 got on the apron funny coming to pit road. Like I said, this is one of the hardest pit roads to get into. He definitely got drilled by the 8 car. Don't think that's going to bring out a caution. Hopefully the 8 didn't get too much damage. That definitely just took Master Killer out of contention for the win if this stays green.
Yeah, so far, no caution. I think there's still, it sounds like everybody's still full throttle coming on back, following the 51 cut right now as he just just crossed the line, got the 78 of Unforgotten Shadow right in his draft, and I think that's going to be the 18 of Blitz plus one more. Again, a little bit of instability in the lobby, not too bad, a little bit of lag, and here comes the 51. He's going to signal. Looks like Unforgotten Shadow, he's going to signal. And Shadow's doing it all the way back there. He's actually riding the apron through. He got loose. He's actually up in the outside wall. Hopefully nobody collects him. There he is. Back down on the apron. He should be able to get back and going safely. I have a feeling the 78's popped the tire.
Oh man, Pete, that would be not good at all. The 9, the 15, the 1 all came down the previous lap. Now we got the 51, the 13. I believe that's the 4 back there. Yes, the 78 definitely had a problem, Pete. He has rear damage. Unfortunately, pushed it a little too far, 1 lap too many. And that's going to probably cost him his chance to win as well if there's not a caution at all here in the stage. But Pete, did that complete our first round of pit stops other than the 20? And let's see what the 20 is up to.
Yep, I believe so. I was actually just working my way through the field right now to find the 20 of Jay Gimbel. So let's see where he's at. He's actually right here now, giving that one of Cole 315 a big old shove all the way around the track. So I'm going to guess that the 20 is your current leader, although on Combat Beach Stream, it's actually saying that the 10 car of Cola, as he comes down pit road right now, he's your leader. So we saw Cola pull this or test this early in stage 1. I'm going to guess that 20 of Jay Gimbel is going to be not too far behind, but we'll have to see.
Well, the 10 car went quite a few laps further than the majority of the field. So I will, if he comes out and he's still with the leaders, he's going to be the guy in the best shape moving through these stages here, or moving through these pit stop sequences, Pete. I would imagine he's actually good to go from here in 2 more stops. So he might be in the best shape. I mean, the 20 can't possibly stretch it that much further. In fact, he's on pit road right now, Pete. So he maybe went 1 more lap than the 10 car, and he gave up a lot of time to that front of the field. So
yeah, well, the biggest part of that right there, he just about collected the 8 car Combat Beast because he didn't signal going down the backstretch. The 20 really got hard on the brakes, and yeah, he drove it right into pit road, no signal, no nothing. So Combat Beast is thinking that he's still going to be hard on the throttle coming off, and just about ran him over. So the officials might have to go back and take a look at that. I don't know if there's any kind of penalty or whatever for not signaling, but he clearly didn't. And he almost got ran over by the 8.
Yeah, tough sequence of pit stops for the 8 car. That would definitely be a penalty, Pete. Post race, some sort of penalty if you don't signal, especially if it costs one of your competitors. I want to say it's a penalty regardless, but we'll let J. Paul work through that. But yeah, the 8 car. First of all, the 78. Well, No, it wasn't 78. Somebody spun out in front of the 8 car. Oh, that was the 98. The 98 spun out in front of him. He drilled him. He still got on the pit road okay, but I imagine he got some damage. And then, yeah, if he had to check up for someone who didn't signal, then that definitely threw him off as well. So tough set of deals there for the 8.
So let's see, back up front, it looks like right now it's going to be the 9 car of Q-Dog that's going to have the lead. He's got a pretty substantial lead, actually. He's going into 3 and 4 right now, and the other guys were just halfway down the backstretch. So a little bit of a gap from first back to second, but second, third, and fourth, they've got a 3-car draft. So they should be able to pull themselves back up to the 9, maybe try to get something back up and going. But Boehner, this is actually going to help the 9. Those 3 behind, they've got speed, more draft, more momentum going than the 9. 9's able to run his line, not really having to abuse his right front or his right rear. He can just ride as he needs to, and able to conserve everything that he's got. Glad that damage, or what I thought was damage to this Bass Pro Camaro earlier, isn't real. That 9 car looks pretty pristine. Just still a little bit of lobby instability as we hit that 10 o'clock hour, Boehner.
Absolutely. He's quick, Pete. The question is going to be, he did come into the pits about he was in that second or third group of cars, so he didn't go as far as some of these guys in this group of 6 behind him. Like I said, I think the Tentacola, who's still in that group, he might be the guy in the catbird seat at the moment. And actually, I don't see Cola in that group. That's actually the 18 of Blitz that I mistook for Cola. So I'm going to try to find out where Cola is compared to our leader and see if that'll tell us anything, Pete. It looks like he's quite a ways back, actually. So, yeah, Pete, not sure. I think some guys are starting to save tire this run. I think the Ada Combat Beast is doing that. You know, he had some issues that we already mentioned. I think I see him backing it down. Either that or he didn't fix his damage, and that's cost him a little bit. But, yeah, Pete, it's once again, this is going to be tough for us to figure out until we get into the last 5 or 6 laps.
Well, right now, everybody that's trying to run down that 9, you got the 36 of Stu, 47 of Bill's Legend, 18 of Blitz, 51 of Honeycutt, 15 car of King Mathers, and then I believe that'd be old Cole 315 trying to run down. And I'm sorry, that's not the 1. That's going to be the 5. Kind of similar, but different paint schemes. I think the 5's actually going to be taking it pit road. Nope, he was just loose off of 1 and 2 earlier. So everybody taking it on by one more time. And as far as laps left, we are at 116 of 163. Make that 47 laps remaining. 47 right now running in P2 or P3. Everybody's trying to run down Old Kid, though.
Yeah, Pete, and 47 laps to go. That's interesting. I mean, these guys want to go at least 17 more laps here, I'd imagine, to get into that 40-lap window so they can make it one more stop from there. So some of these guys, it's going to be tough to do, Pete. So we'll have to try and keep an eye on that lap ticker and see when people start coming down. If they're coming down with 41, 42 to go, they might be able to make it. I think if they come in with 40 to go, they're going to be good. They're going to be our contenders for this one.
Well, if anybody's going to try to contend, they're going to have to try to get up there with the 9 and really try to force him to make a mistake. Because the more these people battle it out for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, the further and further that 9 is scooting away. Q-Dog has been on a momentum tear since the end of last season, and right now he has everything going for him. I think Q-Dog may be the only one that can probably take him out of this unless, and there's that big unless, Cola or Jay Gimbel are going to have something to say about it with fuel mileage. I've seen Q-Dog lose it on fuel mileage. I hope that this isn't going to come back and bite him yet again as we look ahead from the 47 of Bill's Legend for this battle for P2.
Yeah, their King Mathers just moved into 2nd position, and they're not really staying lined up, but I don't think they're costing each other too much time. But this is impressive by Q-Dog, Pete. I just got to say, he pit, I think, a lap or 2 earlier than most of those guys, and he is straight flying. He's running his line. Let's see if he can stretch that tires, just far enough to be able to make this in 2 more stops. It's going to be interesting, but no matter what, great run by Q-Dog. He is out there. He is cooking.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him up there. Kingston P2. You got the 47 of Bill's Legend. 47 just lost a couple spots. It's actually going to be the 51 of Honeycutt, and then the 36 of Stu, and then the 5, then the 18 of Blitz. So this long line of cars still, now that they're starting to finally get lined up, maybe they can start to make a little bit of a dent into the lead that 9 has. If anybody might be able to catch him, it might be the 15 of King Mathers. Again, your American Ethanol Summer Series champ. I got to call that race from Charlotte Motor Speedway where him and Stout Whiskey put on one hell of a show for the win in the closing laps of that race. And yeah, King Mathers able to get it done. Right now running P2. I'm sure he's hoping that he can get it done here tonight as well, as starting to see more and more cars come on down pit road. The 8 car of Combat Beast, he's on pit road now.
Yeah, so Pete, these guys definitely got to do 2 more stops from here. So the 36 just signaled, the 47 just signaled. So these guys definitely going to have to do 2 more stops. And once again, Pete, hopefully they don't beat themselves coming onto pit road. It looks like they got on clean. The 18's in. behind the 47. So we got 3 more cars hitting pit road after the 8 hit that last lap.
Yeah, so that kind of leaves the 15 of King Mathers and the 5 of Little Tank out there. It looks like the 18 of Blitz. He just signaled by dropping below the yellow line on the backstretch that he's going to be coming in. Alpha York out there in chat saying the 10 is absolutely saving. Alpha, he's been saved since stage 1, and it looks like the 20 of Jay Gimble kind of got on that train as well, and he's been going even a couple laps further than the 10. I don't know if they can save a whole fuel run, but they can absolutely try here, Boehner.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's just a splash of fuel, but once again, I don't think it's the fuel that's going to be the issue. Pete, you've covered this multiple times throughout the race, so sorry to be a broken record, but I think it's going to be the tires, Pete.
Yep.
So, of course, if you're saving your tires and backing it down, you're going to save a little fuel also. But, I mean, we'll have to see, Pete. I mean, a few more cars hit pit road that last lap. The 5 a Little Tank, the 13's on pit road, the 1's on pit road. So we got guys coming in who have definitely committed to making this a 2 more stops the rest of the way. It's going to be interesting, Pete. I wish I had, I feel like you. I wish I had more tools. I wish I was able to see what the heck was going on. I mean, it's so hard to sit up here and speculate while you're commentating. It's a lot easier when, I'm not up here chatting it up with you and I can just kind of pay attention at my own leisure, on everything. But, I mean, I think we kind of covered it. I think it's, let's see if the 9's coming to pit road. Is he coming down?
Yep, 9 is actually on pit road right now. Followed him all the way in. I actually followed him from the time that he signaled that he's going to be coming out down pit road. You mentioned earlier that the 9 was among some of the first to pit. That time by, even with the great lead that he had, he was able to go a couple of extra laps than the 8 and a few others. So I think he might have been managing that gap that he had back to second and more to just try to save just a little bit in the tire, save a little bit in the gas. And I mentioned earlier also that he's been bitten a couple of times by that fuel saving bug. He's going to be able to come out right in front of the 47 of Bill's Legend and the 36 of Stu. We'll have to see how it all cycles back out. Right now, it's actually showing the 4 of LaFave as your current leader. We saw LaFave come on by as the 9 was able to merge back up off of pit road. So right now, this Camaro, this Scuttle, whatever that is, something or other, Scuttle Tight, okay? He's gonna run yet another lap. So LaFave has that Camaro in the wind, and as Combat Beast comes off of 3 and 4, and he gets to the start stripe, looks like we're gonna have just about 35 laps remaining. So we're cutting it close. 4 signaling now that he's going to be bringing it in. We'll see who he's going to be leading or handing that lead back off to. I think it's going to be the 9.
Couple updates, Pete. The 15 hit pit road, and the 78 hit pit road. The 51 hit pit road a lap later. So those guys have now completed their pit stops. So anyone who's out there right now, I guess LaFave would be one of them. LaFave has just hit pit road, so he's going to have 34, 33 laps to try and make it to the finish, Pete? Can that be right?
It's not going to happen. Everybody's going to have to pit one more time.
Yeah, but, that's why I'm so confused by this 10 and this 20. I mean, are they really going to go that much further, get it to like a 26, 27 lap window? And make it in one stop, Pete? That seems ridiculous to me. But you know what? That's got to be what they're trying, right?
It's got to be. I think there's going to be a case of monkey see, monkey do. 10-car Kohler right now, he's got that Camaro in the lead. The 20 of Jay Gimble, I don't see him anywhere near this 10-car. 10-car again coming off 1 and 2, staying up high, so it doesn't look like he's going to be coming on down this time. He's going to be able to bring it on around at least once more. So, yeah, with the laps. What's that?
Sorry, Pete. He's got about a 12-second lead on the 20 car.
Yeah.
But the 20 beat him to it. Remember, the 20 saved, but the 20 only went 1 lap further the previous run. So, yeah, I'm just not sure, Pete. This is going to blow my mind. It's going to make me rethink tomorrow night if these guys are able to do this.
Well, man, I tell you what, I work from home. I'd love to be able to hang out with you and see what you're able to, see what you're capable of doing, and without sharing any secrets. That I promise. But buddy, man, it'd be one hell of a race to watch tomorrow to see what all strategies play out. 10 Caracola is still leading. Old Finesse out there in chat saying Boehner in the booth. What's up, man? Finesse, it's been a hell of a race. Thanks for coming out, buddy.
Good to see you out there, Finesse, and everyone else in the chat. And thanks to Alpha, he's been giving us some info, Pete, and obviously I'm a huge fan of that. Help us out in the booth, and can't see everything that's going on. So a lot of fun. Thanks, Alpha. And yeah, Tim's still out there, Pete. He's still going. How many laps? You still got a counter?
Yep, I still got it. Looks like, let's see, Combat Beast coming off of 3 and 4 at the line. We got to be high 20s, low 30s, 29. So 29. There's no way they can do that. There's no way they can go another 4 or 5 laps in order to make this on one more stop. I don't think it's possible. That right front has to be screaming by now, no matter how much you're backing up the corner and how much you're not getting on that right rear to complete the turn. I just don't see it as possible. I think it might have been a valiant attempt, but I've been wrong. Obviously, I've been wrong before. I just don't see how they can do this, Boehner.
10's coming to pit road right now, Pete, so he's going to have to go 27, 28 laps. Holy smokes. Yeah, I don't think so, Pete. I think they might have buried themselves here in the strategy. And even if they can do it, Pete, they must back it down so much that I have a feeling these guys who just decided to commit to a 3-stop strategy, and the 20's just now exiting pit road too. So they both got to go about 28 laps, Pete. That's going to be incredibly tough. So I think we go back to Q-Dog, find those guys, and that might be our race for the win.
Yeah, I tell you, I don't know. I'd love to know exactly how many laps they just ran, because obviously we're not in there with them. We don't know what they just did, whether the math is going to work out for them or not. Of course, there's always that chance of that late stage 3 caution. I don't know, but man, what a if they are able to do that. Post-race interviews are going to be a little wicked. We might have one guy that gets it done here on speed and 2 guys that get it done just on fuel mileage. I don't know. But then again, we haven't been able to keep up with everybody, so we don't know if there's a third in there. We've only just been able to keep up with the 20 and the 10. There could be one more sleeper out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where on the track the 9 is. I mean, he's our leader right now, correct, Pete?
Yeah, 9 is in the 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah, he's got a good gap on that group of 6. That still seems, or it looks like a group of 5 now. And once again, that group of 5, I believe it's going to be, let me find them. Apologize. It's going to be the 18, the 10 of Cola. And see, there's Cola, Pete. There's no way he's running P5 right now. He's a lap down, doing all that saving. And this is where it confuses me, because if he is able to do this, I feel like he's not going to be the leader when it's all said and done, saving that much. And it looks like he's not. I mean, he's all over the back of this top 5. So no, that's not. I'm sorry, Pete. I'm fudging up, guys.
Forgive me. I was going to say, I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. If I'm wrong, just jump right in there. Sorry, the group of 5 that is behind it. It's going to be Mathers, Honeycutt, and then that's Little Tank, Phil's Legend, and then the 36 Classic Scooter. Once again, huge shout out to him running up there all race long.
Yeah, I tell you, one other thing that the 10 of Cola and the 20 of Jay Gibble have got to think about, this 9, he's absolutely setting a pace. So they're going to have to get around him, make up the time that they've been saving, and then hold him off for a late run charge. I think the 9, if he continues to go at the pace he's running, he's going to have enough time in order to really make up the deficit. But we'll have to see. Stranger things have happened, but 9 has absolutely set sail. The 5 little tank, 47 of Legend that I'm on right now, the 36 of Stu, and I think that's going to be the 51 of Honeycutt. All these guys up here, these top 4, if they get in line, they still have a chance. They might have enough time to run down that 9, but I don't think so. As it already looks like the 15 of King Mathers, he's coming down pit road this time, so he should be good to go from here to the end.
Yep, and then Pete, there's probably about 20, 21 laps to go here. So these guys just maximize their tires. They're just going as hard as they can. They committed to a 3-stop strategy and to do it as quick as they can. So, Alpha, I see you out there in chat. I don't know how much info you have on Cola. Can you let us know if he's actually on the lead lap still at this point? If you can find that out, that would be awesome. I have no way of doing that while I'm up here commentating. But if anyone is in a party with Cola or helping him out, let us know if he's on the lead lap or if he's actually a lap and a half down right now.
Well, Swatch put out there in chat that he believes Cole ran 28 or 29 laps that by. So that's really only adding 4 laps on if you're conserving, not really pushing everything. Nope, I got you, Swatch. I saw you. I just don't think that Boehner had that eye. Alpha's bright red lettering kind of was subduing your dark blue lettering out there. But yeah, we'll have to see. And still looks like the 20 is continuing to save just a little bit of gas as we ride along with Jay Gimbel.
All our leaders on pit road here, Pete.
Pit road.
Yeah, everyone. We got the 51, the 9, the 47, the 8, the 1, the 13, the 98, all exiting pit road together here. They're all within their window, so they're going to be charging. The 36 is still on pit road, so either he got a penalty or he came in a lap after them. Hopefully he didn't get a penalty after having just an awesome night all the way up to this point. So, I guess the 4 is probably our leader right now, Pete, and then it's probably the 10, then it's probably the 20 car.
Yep, you called it. Right on. 4 car, 8 car of Combat Beast, not too far off of his bumper. And yeah, Lefebvre has been able to go a couple of extra laps. You see the 47 of Bill's Legend on brand new tires. He's going to be able to pull up alongside that 4 and buzz right on by, going into 3 and 4. Kind of pushed that 4 up track just a little bit. Either that, just the angle of that that the camera had as they come off the 3 and 4 side of the track. Coming to the line, it looks like Combat Beast is going to show me 17 laps to go. So by now, the 20 and the 10, they've made their bed. They're in it. They've got what they've got. Everybody else on raw speed, they know now after that pit stop they can run it out. So we'll have to see if anybody's going to have anything for that 9 once the 4 and the 10 pit.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. The 10 isn't going to be pitting. What am I saying?
No, we don't know. I mean, if he went 28, 29 laps, then he can do it because he pit and he was going to need to go about 27, 28 laps. So the question is, now how far behind is the 9 car from the 10? Because the 10 is going to be running around here probably a second off pace, and then you got the 9 car who's going to be going full blast. So looks like the 9's going to be exiting 2 here shortly.
Yep,
and the 9 is a lap behind.
Yep.
Yeah, the 9 is a lap behind the 10. So he's going to have to go by him, come all the way around and pass him again. That's going to be, the 9 definitely wants to get up there and get by him and be on the lead lap in case there's a caution. So he's going to be trying to chase him down as quick as he can here. The 78, he came on and off pit road. He completed his last stop. So not sure where he's shaking out in the thick of this. I don't think he's ahead of the 9 on track position-wise. He's right in front of him as far as I think he might be a lap behind him here or might be going on another lap down. I think he had some issues coming to pit road at one point too. He had a good night going earlier as well. So, yeah, Pete, it's just going to be a matter of Will that 10 car make it? And then the 20 is really off the pace in 3 and 4. So we know he's going to try to make it.
Well, I'm riding along
Man.
right now with that Bass Pro Camaro for the 9 of Q-Dog, and the back bumper of that 10 is getting closer and closer and closer. You got to figure the 10 by now, he's been out there a good 10 laps, if not more, while Q-Dog, he's been out there for, what, 5 or 6 laps? So he's got fresher rubber than the 10. He is slowly reeling him in. The 10 just allowed whoever was between the 9 and himself to go on by. So no obstruction there. So now the 9's got to try to get a little bit of a draft off the 10. As you just saw, 10 pulled down, try to break the draft from the 9. 9 right now does not absolutely need it. Will it be helpful? Yes. But this would be the first sniff of a draft that the 9 has had in laps. I mean, almost the entirety of stage number 3. 10 is getting closer and closer. In that Bass Pro car, you got to feel like he's hunting a 10 car. And again, 10 car going to pull down and try to break that draft. Getting closer yet into 3 and 4. Boehner, we are coming closer and closer to the edge of this, and this is going to be one hell of a battle, but I don't think the 10's going to be able to hold off Q-Dog.
Yeah, and now Alpha's saying that the 10 can make it, but he's got to hold off the 9. So thanks, Alpha. It looks like this is going to be for the win. And this is what we were kind of talking about. Yeah, you know, you were able to save, you were able to make it, you know, in one less stop, but you gave up so much time in doing so that it's not going to give you a shot to win as Q-Dog goes right on by. And now it's going to be the 15 and the 51 trying to chase down that 9 car together and that 10 car. So the 10's going to hang his draft. It'll be interesting to see if he can stay right there with him. But this is the fight for the lead right here.
Yeah, fight for the lead. The 4 of Q-Dog. I'm sorry, 4 of LaFave. He went on down pit road. So here is the battle, right? The on Combat Beach tracker, it keeps showing first the 10's the leader, then the 9's leader, then the 10's the leader, then it's the 9 leader. So yeah, we are seeing the battle as 9 is really keeping that 10 pinched down on that yellow line. Good driving, Q. Way to hold your line. 10 of Cola. Again, Cola's got a couple wins in the bank. 9 of Q-Dog, he wants his due. He wants his respect. He's doing a phenomenal job. But this is the biggest challenge that Q-Dog has had all stage. Almost a little bit of contact there. Great job by both to keep it going into 3 and 4. Is Q-Dog wearing out his stuff? Is the 10 going to be able to keep it on much older tires? I'll grab a lap count here in just a moment. We got to be coming to the close here very soon, Boehner.
Yeah, and we got the 15 and the 51. They're watching this in front of them, and they are absolutely loving it, Pete. Here they come. They are within 2 more corners of getting a sniff of this draft if these guys stay side by side. And like I said, normally this outside in 3 and 4, you can't keep a car out there. The Q-Dog has the better tires. He's able to keep it wound up. He has better grip up there than the 10 can. Hugging that low line. We've already seen him get really close on the exits here. Pete, this is going to be a 4-car fight here in 1 or 2 more laps if they stay side by side.
Yes, 6 laps to go for those out there in chat wondering. 9 of Q-Dog able
Holy
to edge
crap.
just ahead on the outside. 10 car Cola down low. A little bit of contact. That's going to shake the 10. 9's going to take sole possession of the lead. But can the 10, as we've seen him before, kind of back the corner up just a little bit? 9 doesn't seem like he's able to really hug that yellow coming off of 3 and 4. Here comes that 51. No, I'm sorry. Who is that right now in P3?
15 of Mathers. Mathers
15
has
of Mathers.
gotten
There we
himself
go.
right in this. And the 51's right there also. I love where the 51 is here because these guys are going for it. They all want the win. The 51's still going to get there. If these guys get tangled up at all, he's going to go whizzing by. So, Pete, hold on. 4 laps to go this time by.
Yep, just about 4 laps to go. I'll double check here, but the 15 and the 10 are now side by side for P2. 9 still in the lead, and he hasn't been able to extend that. I think all that high side riding, that little bit of abuse to the right rear and the right front, 4 laps remaining. I don't think that 9 is going to be able to extend it too much. although he's been pretty stout once he's had that clean air. Here comes the 15 of King Mathers, 10 car. Okola back to P3. Some out there in chat saying watch that 10. He may not make it on tires. 51 has the draft now. P4, 3 laps remaining here from Auto Club. Or from
He
Atlanta
may
Motor
not
Speedway,
make
rather.
it. He may not make it, Pete, but you know what? He's doing everything he can to try and win this race on older tires. Really impressive job by the 10. Now the 51 sucks up on the 10. And then we'll see if he tries to make quick work of him, and he's going to peak, but nope, the 10's going to slam the door on him as they head through 3 and 4. Coming to 2 to go, right, Pete? The 15,
Yep, 2 to go.
the 9's holding it down.
Yep, Bader, we've seen races won and races lost by those that are able to really hold that line all the way through the trial. Well, 9 came up just a little bit. 15 tried to look underneath. No such luck. 9's going to be able to hold it down. Don't even bother trying to break the draft, 9. Just hold your line. Coming through 3 and 4. 1.5 more miles to go. 9 looking for that elusive victory. King Mathers could be all that comes between him and completing that feat. 15 now, he's got a little bit of a gap back to the 51. 10 car Cola now in P4. I think he might be back in tire conservation.
He washed up.
9 cars
The
washing
15,
up
he's
just
looking.
a little bit.
He's there. He's there,
Oh,
Pete.
they're
They're
banging.
banging. No, contact. Here comes the 51. Oh, no, for Q-Dog. That sucks, man. Well, the 15's gotten by.
Man.
The 51's going to try to suck up on him. And the 51's peeking, and it's going to be the 15. Oh, my God, Pete. What a race. Oh, wait, are they still going?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, man. And I think the 9 blew a tire right as he crossed the line as well.
Oh.
Man, heartbreak for the 9 car.
Yeah.
Good win by Mathers, man.
I don't want to be J-Pa. I don't
Congratulations.
want to be any of you admins after that finish. I expect King Mathers probably going to get a little invite to the principal's office, and I'm not sure if he meant to get a little side draft and got a little overzealous or what happened there, but yeah, that was rough.
I'm not going to jump to conclusions, Pete. I want to see a replay. It looked like they were both kind of coming towards one another off of 2, but I was up here with a bad angle at it, so nonetheless, man, you know, what really cost Q-Dog was just getting side by side with Cola. By the way, Cola did not make it to the start-finish line. He did end up blowing a tire. Not sure where he finished there, but, you know, once again, congratulations to Mathers on the victory. It's the last lap. You're door-to-door coming off of 2. I know we're all huge fans of Q-Dog, and after his season last year, we want to see him in victory lane. That was a terrific effort by him. You know, he just got hung up there racing the 10, and that allowed the 15 and the 51 to get there. It's really tough as a leader to hold guys off. It was not much different than what we saw in the Cup race, where Aviator was able to get his nose underneath more. You know, going into 3 and 4, the difference was Mathers was able to get his nose there coming off of 2. Fantastic race, Pete. I'm out of breath. That was nuts.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Glad that you were here to call it with me. So we're going to back on out of this because I don't want to go to Atlanta. I think I've seen enough Atlanta between last night and tonight, and we still got one more where we're going to see your car duke it out with the rest of NNR's best in the Cup Series tomorrow night, right around 8:30 Eastern. So, Boehner, while we're waiting on everybody to finish their cool down lap, I'm sure some people might have to cool down a little bit more than others. Were you able to pick up on anything that you might be able to use in tomorrow night's race?
You know, you always learn watching, Pete. You always learn little things. You know, I can't say there anything really is going to make me approach tomorrow night's race any different having watched this one, because the Cup cars are so different from the Xfinity cars now for some reason. Heat 5 with the tire wear and the way they got the gears kind of messed up on the Cup cars on these presets. But I can tell you this much: there's going to be hurt feelings tomorrow after that Cup race, because nobody's going to be able to get away from one another. It's not my favorite kind of racing whatsoever, but going to go out there, give it our best, try to get some more stage points in the top 10, and just have a good, clean day.
Yeah. Make it slick, dude. In case I missed you earlier, I apologize, but thank you very much for the follow. Grace, your top three there were Q-Dog in third, Honeycutt round in second, and King Mathers was your leader. We're going to be right back with post-race interviews here in just a moment. Please, guys, I definitely appreciate you hanging out. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and we got our top three in the lobby. Again, want to thank everybody for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, and keeping us company. At one point, we had almost 25 to 30 people in here, and yeah, absolutely appreciate every single one of you that came out. Boehner, our third place finisher, Q-Dog, led just about the entirety of stage three, except for during the pit road exchanges where we saw the 10 up front, we saw the 4 up front, and a couple others. Why don't you pick up on old Q-Dog, please?
Sorry, Pete, I kind of cut out there if you were handing it off to me. My mic was freaking out there.
Yep, Q-Dog's waiting on you, sir.
Oh, right on. Q-Dog, you got a copy.
What's up, Banner?
Q-Dog, I just got to say, man, great job tonight. Your win is coming, buddy. I mean, that was a terrific job of managing your tires. To me, it looked like you blew a tire right after you crossed the line. I don't know if that's just the game freaking out or whatever, when you cross that stripe there. But, man, tell us about our race, or tell us about your race. Tell us about the strategy you went with there, whether or not you thought you had it. Just walk us through it, man. I know it's tough, getting the white and not the checkered, but, man, you're going to get your win. And just tell us your thoughts on that last stage there and kind of how you thought it was going to play out and if there was anything you could have done different.
Yeah, well, first things first, I want to give a big shout out to Coey. I know that he's going through a rough time right now, so shout out to Coey. Yeah, I didn't really have a strategy, to be honest. I was just running my race pretty much and just managing. I pulled away there and was leading, and I knew that outside was going to be tough on my stuff there, trying to get by Cola, and I wanted to do it as clean as possible. I got no hard feelings, man. I had a lot of fun. No hard feelings with Mathers. You got to do what you got to do to win, and it's not fun playing defense, man. And that's all I got right now. That's just a lot of fun.
Dude, congratulations. Great attitude, man. Like I said, your win's coming. I mean, you've been strong. You've been up there all 3 races or 4 races now that I've been able to watch. Appreciate the show you've been putting on, the way you race everyone respectfully. Definitely, when you go back and watch the stream, we had a feeling that 10 car was, that had the 15 and the 51 licking their chops as you guys were side by side, man. But just an awesome job. It's so hard to hold a guy off, going into that last lap at Atlanta. We saw that in the Cup race last year. Moore got the white and wasn't able to get the checkered. So it's just a tough track to keep someone behind you who's charging. But you did a terrific job, man. Appreciate the attitude. Any shout outs, buddy?
It's shout out to you guys as always every week. Pete, getting to talk to you 3 weeks in a row has been pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Way to keep up that momentum.
And Boehner, I'm going back and watching the streams the last couple of weeks. I've been enjoying your play-by-play as well in the comments. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Coey, of course, the J-Pop Militia, and that's all I got.
Good job, buddy. Pete,
All
you want to
right.
go ahead and take second place?
Absolutely. Honeycutt, man, BJ Honeycutt. That's all I got to remember, and I got the 51 dead in my sights. But you were top 5 all race long. I really didn't see any mistakes out of you. You just kept it up, kept it clean, kept it green, and you were moving. Whether you were pulling guys up with you or following through on a line that opened, talk us through your race and mostly how you were able to keep it in that top 5 in such really, really strong competition.
Yeah, the 15 and myself, we were definitely smelling blood when those two cars were running up side by side up there with the 10 and the 9. The 9 did really good. Q Dog was doing a really good job keeping that car up there. And but I messed up going in the first pit stop. I think it was in stage one or no, stage two. Uh, I messed up on the first green flag pit stop. I got a black flag, so I had to come from the rear on one of the restarts and had to battle my way back up to the front. But I was mostly just staying patient. The car was kind of tight. I was kind of afraid to loosen up the car. I was doing little minor tweaks here and there on the tire adjustments, but um, yeah, I was just really afraid to loosen that thing up, and so I was just battling with the tight car in the beginning of the run. But as the tires got older, it got really fast, and so I was just trying to work with the 15. I was working with the 10 car for a little bit, the 78. I know I'm forgetting somebody else, but I was definitely working with a couple guys out there, just trying to keep pace. The 18 car was another one. I was trying to just stay patient, let them back in line if they hit the apron a little bit. Just try to have like a 5 car breakaway throughout the stages to kind of just pull away from those other guys and just kind of keep ourselves clean and up front. But yeah, overall, I mean the race was fun, and I saw the 9 and the 15 get into each other in turn 2, and I knew I just had to stay in the gas, and hopefully they lost enough of momentum for I can get it up to the front and beat the 15 to the line, but it wasn't enough. So yeah.
Well, for anybody that follows you out there on Twitter, I'm sure you were out there with your rig, your helmet on, visor down. You had the the leader in your sight, and you were coming. Man, I don't know if you remember back in the early FFL days when. During post-race interviews, I got a chance to interview you. I said, I know
Yes.
there's a league that's going to be out there, and they're going to be, contacting you pretty soon. Well, I'm glad those that have the power to do so here in NNR we're listening. You've been a great addition so far, man. Congrats on that P2. Any shout-outs from you, sir?
Definitely LTL, all my guys there, they're always supporting me from Left Turn Loonies, Doug, Clay, Lewis, Savage, Skunk, all those guys. They're always supporting me and anywhere I go, whether I'm racing with Frozen Toes and the Shake and Bake Club or here at NNR. So shout out to everybody. You guys are always doing awesome when I watch the broadcast. So thank you again and all the officials and everybody.
We thank you and appreciate the show that you put on. So we've got something to talk about. Thank you.
No problem.
Boehner,
Thank
you get the one and only King Mathers, the American Ethanol Summer Series champ, able to get it done here tonight. Let's see what he's got to say.
Mathers, you got a copy?
I got you, loud and clear.
How's that feel?
What's that now? You cut out a little bit. I'm sorry.
I got a quick one for you. How's that feel? Pretty good?
Oh, man. I haven't stopped smiling, so.
I know it was a rough start to the NNR season for you and in some of these other races we've ran in throughout the week, man. Great job tonight. Tell us about the race. Tell us when you thought you might have a chance, and then just walk us through those last couple laps, buddy.
Yeah, first 2 stages were really bad. I just couldn't get the right setup, and I was just too tight in the center early on in the race, and I was really hoping for the long green flag racing because that really helped me out a lot with the long run setup I had, and then I just had to get by stage 1 and 2, and I thought Cole had it, Shadow had it. I mean, there were so many fast guys. I thought Q Dog was going to for sure walk away with it. And then as soon as I saw Cola and him side by side, I was like, all right, I just got to push a little harder. And I had my tire light on and everything, and I just came out with the dub. And man, the last the turn 2 with me and Q Dog, I don't know what happened there, but I'm sorry if I got into him or anything like that. So I knew I had to make that move as the last lap, and it was a great race between us both.
Yeah, you guys put on a hell of a show, man. And like it sounds like Q Dog, no hard feelings there. So, I mean, it's so much fun when you get to race with a group of guys and race each other hard. And man, what a what a fun last 6-7 laps there to call that race. I mean, you guys put on a hell of a show once again. Congratulations on the victory. Any shout outs from you?
Oh yeah, thanks. Definitely a shout out to Coey, and he's going through a hard time right now, and I'm praying for you, man, and your family. Shout out to Shadow. He wanted me to call him out, and it was his hometown track, and he just got caught up in some trouble there. And, I got the win for you, Shadow.
Right on. Congratulations again to all three of you guys. Pete, you got anything for our race winner?
Man, Mathers, I got the chance to call you, in your Summer Series championship race over in American Ethanol when you and Stout Whiskey absolutely duked it out. I don't think I'm going to forget that race anytime soon. Every time I talk about you on stream, it's just as that the Summer Series champion American Ethanol, and you've proven that you can get it done here in NNR, not only just with the win tonight, but just how consistent you are. You know, in anything that you've in any league, any community that you're running. Big congrats, man. Good job.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks.
You got it. Well, Boehner, that's going to be another one in the books for the Xfinity. We got one more tomorrow. I talked about what you might have, or if you've learned anything, you not quite sure, or maybe you'll turn a few laps during practice tomorrow. Who knows? You got about 24 hours before you're gonna see Atlanta Motor Speedway yourself. What are you preparing for? What are you expecting?
I'm expecting a 30-car IROC race where everyone's going to be in the same exact stuff, and even if it's different, it's not going to matter too much, and it is going to be a dogfight with hurt feelings. I just hope I don't hurt anyone's feelings, and it is going to be surely entertaining to watch and surely terrifying to race in. So I look forward to watching that broadcast and hopefully staying out of trouble the whole race.
Well, Boehner, you know that tomorrow as you stream, if you do, I'll be following intently to keep up with you. Thank you very much for coming in to sub for the one and only Rick James as he got the eSpark versus SXRL race taken care of. And looking forward to Word Burton being in the booth with me tomorrow night for your race. Boehner, where else can anybody else, keep up with you on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram? Where can anybody else kind of keep up with you on track or anywhere else?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if anyone wants to, watch my streams, they're normally up for a couple weeks, or you can follow live. They're on your stream if they got a couple devices. But Boehner95888 is where you're gonna find me on Twitch, and then you can always find me on Twitter, Boehner958816. So, Pete, it's been a blast. Thanks for having me, man. Picked a good race to be able to sub in here in the booth. That was a lot of fun. Great job by all the competitors. Appreciate everything you do, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, as Boehner just said, that's going to kind of wrap it up for us. Definitely appreciate, again, everybody that came out and, we're keeping us company. We still had that diecast crawl going across top of the lane for Chase Elliott's win at Bristol Motor Speedway. If you want that, please go on out, smash that chat, or smash the link that I've been placing in chat. I'll put it out there one more time so everybody can see it. Again, $5 for one ticket, $10 for three. The semifinal race, semifinal round for the XLCT tournament is just about done. eSpark and SXRL ran it tonight. On Saturday night, you got OMA versus NNR from Darlington. That's going to be a great must-watch race. But go on over, smash that PayPal, visit morethancape.org. Get your raffle in for that Chase Elliott diecast. I will see you back tomorrow night, right about 8:30, 9 o'clock, again with the one and only Word Burton, with the Cup guys, right back here from Atlanta for more action. You're not going to want to miss it. Until then, please stay safe, stay healthy. Keep away from those big old crowds. Wear your mask so hopefully we can all get back to a track and get back with those meetups again. I absolutely miss it. I miss a lot of y'all. Take care. Have a good night.